Welcome to Being at Home with George. I'm very excited to be here. And of course, let's begin the way we always begin, which is to create the possibility of saying yes, to embracing whatever comes up, and at the same time, generating a hope. So today, I'd like to read a quote from Emerson. People only see what they are prepared to see. If you look for what is good and what you can be grateful for, you will find it everywhere. So I find this very fascinating because when I work with people, I talk about this idea of catching yourself and catching someone else doing something right. Because 9 out of 10 thoughts, I remember reading this somewhere, are negative. And it's based on our proclivity to being really good at what's wrong, at pathology. And that has to be balanced. We have to get to a positivity of at least 3 positive to each 1 negative. And so if you want to be able to see positive things, then you got to be prepared to see them. You got to prepare yourself to say that let's balance this by focusing on what's good. What are the things we can be grateful for? And so for me, I'm prepared to see love, compassion, the opposite of greed, which is generosity, renunciation, or letting go, loving kindness, compassion, affinity, wisdom, or really understanding, seek to understand rather than to be understood. And so just be prepared to look at things. So it reminds me of the self-fulfilling prophecy, or what we call outcome expectation in sports psychology. It's the idea if you expect things to turn out well, they will turn out well. If you don't expect things to turn out well, they won't. And we know what the greatest secret is. I mentioned that before. We become what we think about. So if you focus on what you want versus on what you don't want, that changes everything. And not only that, it creates this deterministic screen where you're actually seeing what's right, what to be grateful for, and what you focus on, that becomes what you see. And so this idea, I remember talking to a friend of mine, and he was talking about doing a workshop. And in the workshop, if they talk about bricks, when you leave the workshop, you see a lot of bricks when you walk home. And so if you focus on what's right, what's good, inclusion, love, compassion, especially the opposite of all the hate that's going on, we focus on the love, what's possible, what we're interested in seeing, we got to prepare ourselves for it, to think of only of the lovely and think the good report, accent the positive, focus on what you want, focus on ways that bring us together to get us beyond the illusion of separateness. And so this idea of you become what you think about. So if we focus on what's right, what we want, what's possible, like we do here, embrace the possibility of saying yes to everything. And in that saying yes, we're able to see the good. We're able to focus on how we can be helpful, how we can do things that bring us together, not divides us. So the idea of love everything and continual forgiveness could be a possibility for us.